Hi everybody, I'm Parker and I'm 6 years old. My YouTube channel is called Parker School Zoo. I started it when I was 5 years old. I started my YouTube channel because I wanted everybody to learn. Like the picture that you see behind me, yeah, I want them to learn that. Yes. Yep. Madam CJ Walker. She was selling some product, some perfume and hair stuff. Then I wanted to start my own business too. When it was a hot day, I thought everyone needed a drink, so I started my lemonade business. The recipe is all mine. My lemonade is called Lemons Meet Parker. In 2018, I started my lemonade business in the summer. This is my lemonade. I don't remember how many bottles of lemonade I sold, but I know how much I made. It was $700 I made in the summer, and I gave $200 to charity. I gave $200 to a charity called Michelle's Foundation. It's the back to school drive. We brought the lip balm and lotion, and then Auntie Curlette made the labels, and we pumped the lotions up with the smells.
Because she said at the end of the summer she wouldn't continue to sell lemonade because it was no longer
summer.
Right. And then you said you wanted to think of another
business.
Right. So then a friend of mine said she really likes her face. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, okay. So I thought what she was asking me was, can she endorse somebody's product? That's what we thought she was saying. But then she called me and she said, she's young enough. She's got a really nice personality. She wanted her to start this business. And then we can work her into where she's actually making her own products. So I said, okay, no problem. And we started doing it. And then we started working on making some, right?
We started making the product.
And then we started working on making it and figuring out what works and what doesn't work and things like that. But before we actually start giving out the products that we're making, what we're doing is we're trying to do like a long-term study with other people to do. What are you doing with other people? When you give it to them, what are they doing?
They're trying it out.
Yeah, we're giving it to other people so that they can try it out first. We need it has to be more than 30 days of somebody trying it out and using it directly before we actually say, here, you can have these. Yes, we're working on that. A friend of mine that's a teacher down there, what he wants her to do is come down and teach the children how to make certain products. So I was trying to figure out exactly which one would be okay to do and which one wouldn't be okay to do, which would be acceptable to do. What if you spill it?
I was about to drink it. Mommy and I are making the product together.
The packaging, now we've got the little boxes, little suitcases.
Yep. It has 5 lip balms inside and it's $10.
Yeah, as we grow, we're trying to get people like pretty things and they like when things look more uniformed. So we're trying to get it to the point where we've got something that's completely hers.
So what I do is just walk up very normally and just say that, hi, my name is Parker. would you like to try out my product? And they're like, yes or no. So first we're gonna like go with yes. They're like, oh yes. Then I let them pick. Sometimes they tell me, what is your favorite?
How much is the other one? Are you have anything else? Yes, I like the lip balm too. Surprise me? I like blue. What's my favorite color? What flavor is it? Or it's just it is a surprise me. You don't know? Okay, I gotta use it to figure out. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think it smells like cupcakes.
Yes, it does. Some more cupcakes.
Yeah.
That smells great.
I want that.
Do the other hand.
So as y'all get it out here.
Yeah, when she starts to sell it, please do the other again.
Yeah, but which one is for you, right?
Well, marshmallow for girls. I like this one.
It's for girls and
You like this one, the mango?
The ma-
Alright, so that two for two.
That's the mango.
Rub it in. Like, I like the consistency
Oh my gosh,
of the
another
mango.
vote for mango.
What was your name, sweetie?
Parker.
Parker. So when you start selling them, can you come visit me again?
Yeah.
I would love to buy some from you.
Yep.
So she
High
two for
fives.
So, Puppy, you have a
Amazing
website?
job.
What else do you give them?
Oh yeah, a little packet.
And
I'm gonna show them
a business card.
a business card. Hold on, I'm gonna show them a gift, so that way we can just put the lip balm in.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna show you. This one is the unicorn one. We have different ones, so that way they can carry it around like on their key cards, keys, their backpacks.
Do people like it?
Yes. So when the customer says no, then I give them a business card to check out my YouTube channel, Parker Schools You, and my website is parkerschoolsyou.com. Just squeeze them together.
Pretend I'm the customer. Okay?
Oh,
And you ask me. Ask me if I want any lip balm.
Would you like any lip balm?
No, thank you, sweetie.
Okay. Then here's my business card. And my website is parkerschoolsyou.com. Just squeeze them together.
Oh, thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Every time I go home, like my subscribers go up. They may have not bought anything, but they subscribed. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite part! Yay!
Go ahead, tell them about it.
Okay. So I go to the VA where my mom goes. I go to the Fruits movie, and I go to Grandma's VA Medical Center. I mean,
And what happens there?
that they say yes or no. I'm like, okay. When they say no, I'm like, okay. Here's my business card. Sometimes they give out free lip balm and lotion at the VA because they might don't have any money. Then I just give out free ones so that way they don't have to pay.
Well, what happens is sometimes what would happen is she would give them free lip balm as she's walking through. And then what would end up happening is she might see, someone might see her from the previous time they'd seen her and go, oh, that's a little girl. So they'll give her $1, they'll give her $2. And there's other people that have given her $20 bills just because, you know, they've seen her. And there are other times, like last Friday I was there and she wasn't there. And what happened is one of the ladies chased me down and I'm like, what's going on? I just need that little girl's PayPal cash. What is it? The Cash App? Cash App.
Yeah.
I need her Cash App. I said, for? They're like, you're Parker's mom. Yeah, I'm Parker's mom. I want to donate to her book drive. Okay. They cash at me when I got home. It was $100 they cash at me. Another person ran behind me to give me $25 to give to her for her back to school drive or for a donation for her business. So for a long time, she would say to me that she wanted to be a doctor or a mom. She wanted to be a doctor, a mom, a lawyer, and what else is it?
High five.
A firefighter. So what I did is I thought of ways to help her, because one of the things, as a parent, you want to do is make sure that you give them all the advantages in the world. Easiest one was the mom. So I said, no problem. And I got her a bunch of dolls. And she had to take care of them as if they were real babies. Well, your baby's crying. Are you going to throw it in a corner and leave it? What is going on with your baby? What does your baby need? So she practiced, and I saw that she was actually committed to this mom thing, to the point that we got outside and I had to buy baby carriages because it's unsafe for a baby to be in a car without a car seat. So now we can only travel with one baby at a time because we only had one car seat. So we had to buy a second one and things like that. So I realized that in supporting her need to be a parent, or her want to be a parent, it fostered her love of taking care of children. So I said, okay, well, where else could this work? She said she wants to be a teacher. So I said, no problem. We'll try that one also. And because I run a daycare, she has access to children. And I realized that when I was teaching her to read and when I was teaching her to do certain things, that she would actually pay attention to what I was doing and she would imitate it with the children. So when she said she wanted to be a teacher, I said, no problem. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I said, no problem. And I made sure to work with her with that. But I noticed that, I don't know if you saw the video of her teaching, of me teaching her to her sight words and teaching her to read. When she learned it, immediately she would take it from me and turn the sign to the other children and say the word in hope that they would say the word too.
These are the sight words. Said, said, said. Say it with me. Said, said, said. Play, play, play. Say it with me. Play, play.
And I realized that this peer learning thing is actually beneficial. It can work. And I allowed her to, after, I worked with her or we finished working together in a big group, to continue working with them. And this is since she was very, very young. So in doing so, what I did was I turned around and I gave her the opportunity to work with the children. She did. So what happened is, she kept teaching them. Now, what are the kids' names that you've taught so far?
Isaiah.
What did you teach Isaiah?
The shapes.
What was Isaiah's issue?
Well, he couldn't talk.
Do you remember why he couldn't talk? Isaiah was deaf. How did you have to teach him?
The sign language.
How did you teach him sign language? Did you know sign language?
Yep.
How did you know it?
So I had to go to YouTube to find sign language. So it popped up on the screen. I was like, oh, I better click on that and see if there's sign language. And then I was learning sign language.
And then what did you do?
Teach to the other kids.
Okay. And was it better to communicate with Isaiah or not?
Yes, it was better. So they were like all toddlers. So I was like 4. So then, Isaiah keep bothering her, and I said, like, I keep saying, I told her stop, and she's like, stop.
Okay.
Another
In this particular incident, because there was a communication deficit between the two children, she taught him how to say stop in sign language. So when Isaiah, the little boy who couldn't hear, kept coming at her and she didn't want him to, she would give him the sign to stop, and he would stop because it was taught to him. And what did you teach him? What else did you teach?
There's like one more I remember. Gabe.
What did you teach Gabe?
So I taught Gabe the alphabet, the numbers, and sign language. In the future, I want to be starting making candy. I can't build Africa by myself, so I'm gonna need people to help me.
She does listen to a lot of your videos. And thanks to listening to a lot of your videos, it's become evident that she's really conscious of a lot of the problems in our community. And because of that, what happens is she comes up with these little ideas of, oh, well, okay, then we've got to help. It's our job. You know, it's kind of like our duty to respond to certain things that are going on within the community here where we live, as well as outside of where we live. So it's evident that she's learning a lot, and everything that you and other YouTubers put out that says, hey, you know, this is a situation that needs to be addressed, it gets in her psyche, and at some point she'll come back and she'll have a little plan. Okay, well, we've got to go and do this, or we've got to travel to do this, we've got to help with this. And this is where her attitude towards philanthropy comes in. You know, she has no issues giving back or helping out and things like that. And in terms of giving her things to read, the more I teach her our actual history, she becomes more and more interested in helping, you know? After watching a lot of these, a lot of your videos and things like that about, you know, working with each other and helping each other, one of the things I wanted to do was make sure that she was being educated on the importance of investing within the community, investing amongst each other, and supporting each other's business. One of the things that I did was to, after starting the trucking company, is to get her permission to invest some of her money into the trucking company, which would then generate monthly income for her, income that she wouldn't have had. And I know most people would be saying, oh, but she's only 6. Yeah, the income doesn't have an age. And with that, you make sure that as for the life of the business, she gets, if it's $100 a month, she gets $100 every month consistently. She'll be generating now monthly income for the business, for the life of the business. And even if she only gets $100 every month, she'll be getting back more than she invested, which is a good way to get her started. And if it's the trucking company is only open for 2 years, that's okay, because for that 2 years, her $1,000 would then become $2,400, which is a good thing for her, and it's a good thing for her to see, and it'll be good for her in future investments with friends and people around her. Well, okay, I can do this with you. Would you like a loan? Would you like an investment? You know, she'll know exactly what to do. You put in something, you get something out. And the best way to start investing is with yourselves and with your community. Okay, that's it. You're so silly. Okay. Yeah. The positive feedback that we've gotten. We visited quite a few Black businesses, and they were elated with the idea that there's this young child that's being encouraged to do something that she wants to do. They were so supportive. A couple of them have, you know, they've purchased things from her. She's gone in and purchased things from them as well. She's met a few business owners, correct?
Correcto.
Yeah. We met someone at the first Black-owned laundromat, not too far away from our home. We've gone in there. We've met them. We're going to continue to support their business.
I gave them a tip.
Gave them a tip. We do a lot of dining. What's your favorite restaurant?
Shit.
That's another Black-owned restaurant that we go to. We went to another place. There's a young girl not too far away from here in Bed-Stuy. She's got an all-vegan restaurant. That was fantastic. We went to her place. We've done quite a few of these restaurants that are Black-owned just for her to get an idea of what it is to support each other, to support the businesses of other people as well as to get them to support her. You know, and that was pretty good. Right?
Okay.
You and this bunny. The bunny rabbit that she's playing with. What's the last book that you read?
Haiti.
You liked Haiti? Okay,
Yeah.
what about Haiti did you like?
That they won the war.
And what does it mean that they won? What does it mean for you that they won?
They won their freedom.
And their freedom meant? What did it mean for the rest of us? Do you remember?
Chocolate.
Huh?
Chocolate history.
Say it again?
Chocolate history.
It's chocolate history. It's not black history. It's
Black
chocolate
his-
history.
Black history. Wow.
Okay. What books are you currently reading?
Oh, I brought a few here. I'm reading this book, the series Unfortunate Events. I'm on book 2.
What else?
Wow. This one is my favorite one. I like this girl the most because she's chocolate like me. Last night I was watching Beyonce and they're using bad words. I want everyone to build their vocabulary so that way they don't have to use bad words. Yes, my mom and dad are married. Like, he made the decision about the dummy pack.
Ah, he helped her with some of the naming. Because actually, she's Dovey. What does your dad call you?
Lovey-dovey!
And that's why they're called?
Dummy packs.
The lemonade business, where'd you get the money, remember? Do you remember where you got the money from?
My mom and dad.
The startup for the lemonade was probably about, including the bottles and everything, $70 at best. She got a $20 here, $20 there. Between myself, her dad, her grandparents, we came up with the money, gave it to her. Out of that, $70, she made $775. She was able to donate over $200 in lemonade. And last year, she gave a financial support to the Michelle Foundation of $200. So with all of that, she still managed to make money and then use whatever was left over from that to turn around and invest in the lip balm business. And just like with the lemonade business, she was able to turn a great profit. So the same thing with the lip balm business, because now what she's actually doing is she's able to buy little gifts and put in the bag and things like that because she's actually making the money. As far as the community, within the community, one of the biggest hurdles I find is that we don't believe in ourselves as much as we should, and we don't support each other as much as we should. Parker starts a business and it's, oh, that's okay for a moment. But somebody else that isn't as chocolatey, I'm going to say, start the very same business and it becomes, oh my God, it's a great accomplishment. And the rest of us are like, what are you talking about? Getting broad support from the community is often it's not what we're expecting. You know, I would expect that, okay, oh, she looks like me, she's chocolate like me, she's selling a product that I can get from 3 other major stores, but she looks like me, let me give the money to her. That's not what we get often, you know, and that's a little disappointing, but I try to shield her from that as much as possible. The other thing was being told that, you know, she may need to change her logo from being a chocolate girl to something that would be more comfortable for everyone else. That was very disappointing. And most of the people that would say something like that are the very same people that has no problem having maybe a Gerber with a child that doesn't look like one that they've produced in their house. You know, they don't realize that, watching certain shows, you're supporting a certain agenda. We're not going to get into that too much, but you're supporting a certain agenda that doesn't have you in mind, but you're very supportive of that. And for the community at large, what I'm hoping is that they would start to realize that, okay, not just for Parker, but for each other. When we see a young Black boy doing something and we want to support, and we say we support, we should actually support financially. That cheerleading support is great, but the financial support, it says volumes. Because saying you support someone, but then you don't show up when they have an event, or you don't show up when something is going on for them, well, that support means nothing, because they can no longer continue to do what they do, or continue to do what you claim to be supporting. And that is like one of my main issues within the community. And that's why sometimes when we go other places and other people are like, oh, this is great, this is wonderful, and things like that, I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you. But it feels good when you have somebody that looks like you, that doesn't just cheerlead, they financially support. That feels really good. And that's not knocking any of the other supporters. That's great. But it's like a child. Anybody outside of the house can say that the child is beautiful and the child is wonderful. When you get into the house and other people are saying, oh God, the child is ugly, or you're not good, or you're not good enough, that's a problem. The way the community reacts sometimes, what I do is I'll encourage her to support other people within the community's business. That way they get used to it, she's used to it, and if they say something like they don't use lip balm or lotion, she can give them Carrie's business card, where Carrie sells makeup, and it's used most of the time, it's often an adult. They'll take the business card. I don't know how much business she's generating from this, but they could take the business card. How many pop-up shows have you done? One or two? One, right? Two? The pop-up shop?
3.
Yeah, we've done the pop-up shops where she would also have Miss Carrie's business cards sitting on the table alongside her business card and her products. Yeah, so that's huge. Community support.
Guyana, Trinidad.
And where are all the chocolate people from? Where are we from?
Africa.
So you're not like European?
You're
not from Europe?
No.
Where are you from? What? But you're so adorable.
No, I'm not from Europe.
Are you kidding me? I thought you were like European. I thought you were like from Australia or something like that.
No, I'm not from Australia either.
Where are you from?
Africa.
All of this is African? Tell him all of it is African.
All of this is African. I'm an African, not an African. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and my YouTube channel. ParkerSchoolsU.com. Stay with me forever.
Forever, ever?
Yes, forever.
Peace, love, and coconut oil.
Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a Black-owned, Black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Angel_IKYG.